This is a mom. And she's like, okay, this is the situation that happened. She wants to know if she's like the bad guy for taking multiple containers of formula out of a couple's cart due to the formula shortage.
What?
Okay. So, and that's what she did. So, she said...
stole it out of their cart?
Okay, wait. Let's listen to her story.
Okay.
She says, my husband and I just had our first child last month. I haven't been able to find formula anywhere. He's on a sensitive brand of formula, right? Last week, I drove 2 hours to another store just to get some of his formula. When I get to the aisle, I saw an older couple taking some formula off the shelf. I realized they weren't stopping, and they eventually had about 40 cans of formula in their cart, emptying the shelf.
Wow.
Of all the formula. I spoke up asking if I could just have about 4 cans for my newborn at home. The husband scowled at me and they just started pushing their cart away. I said, excuse me, and they just couldn't take all of the formula when I clearly needed it as well. They said they got there first and they had twins to feed, so basically it's not their problem. I was stressed and furious at this point, so I cut in front of their cart and started grabbing a few cans. I figured they hadn't paid for any of this, so why not? I wasn't going to let my baby go hungry because they wanted to grab all the formula. Obviously, first, then you read the title, and she's taking formula out of somebody else's cart. So immediately, I'm like, you can't. What are you doing? Like, you can't just take it from somebody else's cart. Remember when we were saying, what if it gets this bad that people are like making a mad dash for it, starting to fight over it? But then you realize that all these older people are just taking everything off of the shelf.
Yeah.
Everything off the shelf. This is where I'm saying, like, how much do you really need? Like, everybody needs it. I get that you're like, I need this all for my baby, but what's she supposed to do when she has like a baby to feed too?
Right.
So
I get both sides of it, honestly.
You do.
I do.
You do. Because as a mom, you go into panic mode.
I would never.
You would.
I would look at those people who are taking all the formula and I'd be like, you guys kind of suck, you know? But at the same time, I would never go take formula.
What would you do?
I would wait. I would go somewhere else. I would figure something else out. I would never, I would offer, like, go out in the parking lot, offer more money for the formula. I would do something else other than, I would never do that. Even if I was desperate, I cannot imagine myself
just going straight for it.
Yeah, that's like that's like the rioting mode, and I would never want to create that.
I can't see myself actually doing this in real life.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what I would do. You know?
I know. That's like, what are the other options?
But
there has to be other options.
After she did that, then the security and everybody gets called, and then they come down and they're like, you don't have to do that. Just call an assistant, call an attendant. Just
there's
ask
other
for help.
options.
And then they said there's a limit on how much formula, so they wouldn't have been able to get all of that anyways. They would have been stopped at the checkout and been like, you can only have this much. If you would have just followed them up to the register, you'd have been right there to get the next set of however many you could get.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So then it's like, I don't know.
Why does she say she only needs 4 cans too? I would be buying the max amount. Yeah. Obviously. I would be planning ahead. That would be my job. If it's something to feed your baby, I would be out as your job.
Day.
I would be shopping every single store and making sure my babies are fed. Mm-hmm. I would do whatever.
Then the other couple has twins.
Yeah.
So does that mean that they get the double amount?
Maybe if they have 2 people with them, maybe this person can buy the max and this person can buy the max.
Well, that's true.
Because there are different family sizes. I remember going to stores during some of the shortages and they're like, oh, you can only get this much. I'm like, I'm not stocking up. Like, this is literally just what it takes to feed my family for the week, you know? And they have these max on like pastas and stuff. I'm like, it takes me 3 or 4 packages just for 1 meal. So I'm like, Lane,
go get in line.
Like, you're going to do a checkout just so we can get through the week and feed my family. People look at you and judge automatically, like, oh, her cart's overflowing. This is literally normal for me.
This is life.
So you got twins, and maybe they're exclusively on formula, and maybe that really is just what it. I'm not saying the 40 cans, right? It's not, or however, 20 cans. I mean,
she says 40, but you never know.
Yeah,
maybe she's like going through something, and she's like, it's like 40 cans when it was like 15. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm definitely like a planner.
I don't know.
I'm definitely like an end of the world planner though. I would be out as my job, literally like I would be searching all the ads, Facebook ads everywhere and getting what you need to, I mean, you do what it takes to feed your babies.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
But in a nice way. We're not going to create panic.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't do it.